So then there's value. And value is, what do I have to offer? As I evidence my worth through discovering more of myself and individuating and mining for gold inside of whatever this incredible creature is that I am, regardless of what everybody else says, because screw those guys, right? They don't know. But like, I'm constantly and perpetually discovering all of the many different aspects of myself, and I'm finding myself to be, worth the spelunking trip inside. What do I have to offer? What is my demonstrated value? Like, what is my usefulness?
Yeah.
And that is more of like an extroverted thinking or effectiveness concept, right? Usefulness. What is useful?
Yeah.
But without giving value to others, then I actually end up becoming a closed system. And closed systems are the ones that are the most vulnerable to entropy. If I'm only inside myself, if I'm only doing an internal spelunking, but I'm never bringing those gifts to the outer world, well, the other part of myself is that I am evolutionarily wired to be part of a society, right? We're 90% ape, 10% bee.
Yeah.
And I need to be a contributor. So when I demonstrate my value, when I take all of this worth and all this like more and more understanding of myself and my worth and my understanding of my value, and I demonstrate it, and I am useful to the rest of society, all of it just gets buoyed up. We all just, it's like, yay. Yeah. The experience of that is yay.
So then we talked about value being real time, or at least more synchronous, maybe worth being asynchronous. I just came up with two other qualities of value based on what you just said that I think resonate with me. One is value is topical. And I'll just say this, that my value, my self-perceived value as a podcaster is very high. And I'm hoping other people see that. I think it is. I think it's high. It's higher than, other people that don't do podcasting, because I'm demonstrating it on a podcast. My value as an NFL linebacker
is pretty low.
Is terribly low. I don't have the body shape or size for it, or
the training,
anything. So it's topical in that I can demonstrate value in one category, but I can't in another. And that doesn't alter my self-worth. I'm still who I am, and I'm still worthy as a human, even though I can't demonstrate value in a certain channel or topic that maybe other people only measure. Like maybe they only care about linebackers. Like they only care about NFL linebackers. Like maybe a sports agent or somebody. Like they don't even look at me as a podcaster. They have no way to evaluate me in their life because they're looking for actual NFL linebackers.
Right.
So it's topical. However, let's say the NFL went on strike and all the quote unquote legitimate linebackers are unavailable for some reason, or whatever reason they're unavailable.
And they pull on the podcasters
and they and there's an opportunity for me. So it's relative too, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There's a movie, what is it? The Replacements with Keanu Reeves. Basically all the NFL goes on strike. That made me think about this. And then he and a bunch of other like amateurs end up playing in the NFL for a season while it's on strike in the 1980s. And hilarity ensues in this comedy. Right. But the point is, the value is relative there. They could demonstrate value because there was an opportunity. So value is real time or synchronous. It's topical and it's relative. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to keep making the list if there's more, but none of that changes the worth. Mm-mm. Like I'm still worth something. Mm-hmm. It's just the topical channel of value and the output. Mm-hmm. I think that helps me create a distinction too, because then I can really see, again, from a type perspective, somebody might be demonstrating value in front of me. And because of my type preferences, I can't see it. Mm-hmm. I can't read the value they're giving. Mm-hmm. And vice versa. Somebody might not be able to read the value I'm giving out.
Right. Exactly. And just to make a little note about esteem or estimation, the person who is looking for top-notch podcasters could be using, say, extroverted thinking or effectiveness. And
our numbers aren't high enough for them or something, right? Is that what you're saying? I jumped the gun.
You totally jumped the gun.
I patted where you're going and it wasn't right.
It wasn't right. No, the person who is seeking top-notch podcasters and the person who is seeking NFL linebackers for a draft might both be using extroverted thinking or effectiveness.
Yeah.
And or the people who is the podcaster and the person who is the linebacker might be using extroverted thinking or effectiveness to self-assess. So that is their metric is how good they're doing on that. But they're looking at it in two totally different areas. And so knowing what metrics you're using is valuable regardless of the content, right? Whereas a person who is introverted feeling authenticity in both of those are like, do I feel like being a podcaster is in alignment with who I am? Do I feel like being a linebacker is in alignment with who I am, right? It's the same metric, but it's two totally different contexts. And the value is completely different as well. So that's why knowing how we're estimating things is important. What's my criteria? But then separating that from the value, because like you said, the value is now topical.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that helped at all, but
yeah.
Okay. So now let's weave type in.